Call me Devontae, how I'm shifting niggas like Adams. Don't call the wrong play, might make a mistake. You can't fathom, invest for our sake. Fourth and goal, going for kicks. Could've had the whole world, but you played like a bitch. Take a risk, go for gold. Green ain't really the motive. This is life, you read scenarios and dead set unfolding. Keep the audibles and realize you can set it in motion. The fucking pack is lost, made me think that I've been withholding. I need it all, nigga. Body a Grammy, baby. Either or, vendetta set on whoever that wanna settle scores. Big kid, mopping rappers up, feel like my favorite chore. Slank chop the sample, let me cut it up across the board. Big step, peaking interest, let the twins go. Fire walk with me and my motherfucking kinfolk. Versatile, I feel like Jackie Chan out the window. Rush hour on the belt line in my lane though. Couple niggas thought this shit was sweet, I'm leaving bitter notes. Leave that boy shook off the hook like he seen a ghost. Casper, I get to flipping shit, I feel like Rodney Mullen. Business in the front, the back, a party like a fucking mullet. Not within your gullet, knowing you can't stop what's really coming. Been a track star, crazy thing is I ain't do no running Shrek shit. I came with the layers like a blooming onion. Frying rappers, never been an actor, but the movie coming. Guarantee that, don't need no feedback. Nancy Kerrigan, how you get your knees clapped? Fuck nigga, fuck you talking about? Hey, Packers next year, bitch, suck a dick. And if Rodgers leaves, fuck him too.
Call me Devontae, how I'm shifting niggas like Adams. Adams, a wrong play, might make a mistake. You can't fathom it for our sake. Fourth and goal, going for kicks. Could've had the whole world, but you played like a bitch. Take a risk, go for gold. Green ain't really the motive. This is life, you read scenarios and that's it unfolding. Holding the audibles and realize you can set it in motion. The fucking pack is lost, made me think that I've been withholding. I need it all, nigga. Body a Grammy, baby. Either or, vendetta set on whoever that wanna settle scores. Big kid, mopping rappers up, feel like my favorite chore. Slank chop the sample, let me cut it up across the board.
What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, what up, everybody? If there's anyone in the chat, my name is braV, and you are listening to I Can't Produce a Podcast. And that's what we did. And that's why we are 26 minutes late to the show, but we prevail nonetheless. So, anyways, we got the boy Slank in here today, but he is still muted. Slank, can you unmute yourself, please, and introduce yourself to the good people of the internet?
Yes, sir. What's good, everybody? I'm Slank. Got homies with the boy, bro.
Slank needs no introduction. He is by far one of my biggest inspirations as a producer because we dabble in two different genres of, I don't know, I guess we at least came up focusing on really different styles, and then we kind of came together and realized how much fun it was to produce together. So this man is very talented, and that was him on the beat with Big Byrd on the vocals. Yeah, bro. I really shout out to the Byrd. I don't know if I got a link in there, but we will fix that if we don't. But I just got to say, man, that beat is like what you did with the guitar is awesome. What you did, like how, like the vocals fit super well in there. Obviously, I love Byrd's vocals, but you got his voice in there like right, which is, you know, kind of hard to do. I mean, that's like, I don't know, a lot of people can't get that step right.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing with like he always keeps me very up to date with the lyrics that he's trying to push for the songs, and it's a lot about getting his vocals right, yes, but making sure that we're both kind of hitting this vibe that we're going for, together, producer and artist. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So
That's what it's all about.
you've produced for more like rappers than I like. I don't think I've produced for like any rapper in particular, or nobody's rapped over a beat that I've made. But that's like kind of like where you started, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. I'd say, yeah, I really started making beats for the intention of helping out my rapper buddies. You know what I mean? And like just kind of keep cooking for them so they have like content to work with.
Yeah, that's sick. So you recently moved, man. So you put it you were on your Snapchat story today. You were like, "Yo, catch me at 5 p.m." And I was like, "Oh shit. Did he think we were going on at 5 p.m.?" But it's because you were talking to all your homies in Wisconsin. So we both just moved from Wisconsin.
Yes,
How are you adjusting
that
to the new world, your new life?
dude, I love it, man. It was frightening at first, of course, because I was like, "Fuck, my room's empty. I'm hopping in this fucking car and leaving." Like what I'm so used to, but I don't know. Like think think about I'm almost like at the 2 month mark, like on the date, damn near. Actually, holy hell, yes, I am. I left on the 7th of August, and it's the 7th of December. Oh my god, I'm talking about. Yes, okay, so yes, the 2 month mark has arrived. And, I feel very confident. I feel very good. I feel very blessed to be here. The weather's great. Good job. Bought a car. Been making music a lot. Kind of feel very at peace, and I also feel like I'm pursuing me to the fullest, which is what anyone could ask for.
Well, that's great to hear. And Madison misses you, I'm sure. But we all gotta, I think, I don't know, leave the nest or so. Yeah, I'm super happy to
That'd be
hear
good.
that. I wouldn't have picked. Well, you have family out in Florida, right?
Sir, I got a bunch of family down here.
Yeah, that's like, I guess I wouldn't choose to live on the East Coast, but I was born into it, and so DC holds
Oh, yes.
yeah, DC holds a special place in my heart. Florida unfortunately doesn't.
You gotta go. Do you have a grudge against Florida?
No, dude, I went to like Disney World. That was the first place I ever saw an orange person. Not
Yes.
gonna lie. I remember I was like 15 years old, and there was this woman with a bad spray tan, and it was in Florida, and it was like it was the first time I had seen somebody like just like straight like looked like somebody from Willy Wonka, or like they had just walked out the chocolate
Facts.
factory, and I was like, what? And it was, I don't know,
It'd
what
be
is
like
it?
that.
Yeah, I do. I don't know, dude. But no grudges against Florida. No like bad experiences there. Really, just so humid, and like I'm a bitch.
Yes. So yeah, I get into work at like 5:30 in the morning, just because by the time it hits 2 o'clock, that sun is unforgiving. I'm telling you, bro. Like, and by 1 o'clock, if I hop in by like, if I happen to work at 5:30, by 1:30, I'm at my 8 hour mark. So I'm like, I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? Right before that heat just starts bearing down.
Sheesh. Wait, so you
But
could?
I'll also say,
Yeah, go for it.
oh, sorry. So I will say one thing about the heat, though, is I'm already very sensitive to things colder than like 65 degrees. I can feel it, dude. Like, I get chilly in the morning, and it's like 60 degrees out, and I feel like a bitch for it. But that's just it happened a lot quicker than I anticipated.
Yeah, you thought Wisconsin had hardened you for at least a year.
Yeah, no, it took like a month, dude, and I'm like, ooh, where's my sweatshirt at?
I had a
Yeah.
very similar experience, man. I was like trying to tough it out, and like it probably got down to like maybe 60 something degrees down here one night, maybe like maybe just flat 60. And I was just like, no, it's 60 degrees. Like, this is tank top weather. But I was just trying to talk myself out of it, bro. I was shivering. I was like, no, no. I was like, like Wisconsin has like trained me for this. Like, I'm supposed to be better than everybody else wearing a sweatshirt here.
No, sir. You just joined the movement. You joined the flock, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, when you're not battling negative 30 days, it's like, I guess you can't trick your body into thinking it's negative 30.
Exactly. You take it out, it actually is.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, like there's just two seasons down here, man. It's hot as hell and then mildly warm, or like cool, and that's it. It's just there's no winter. It's not like all the plants lose their leaves or anything. There's nothing that really changes in the wintertime. It just gets cooler than normal,
Yeah. I've never spent what is it, like Christmas? Actually, never mind. It's so funny when you go to like a place where it like doesn't snow for Christmas. At least like, I don't know, me, like I grew up in DC. It like snows there fairly often, and then like you go to Wisconsin, it snows there way too much, but it never snows on Christmas. So you know what? Never mind. Maybe Wisconsin in that case, they don't. There's no snow on Christmas Day there, but in Florida, yeah, if you're getting snow, you better run.
Yeah, dude, then it might be apocalypse.
Yeah, you better not be getting snow.
Something ain't right.
or it ain't snow. So, homie, I don't know if like what have music wise have you been up to, man? So we had that awesome retreat, and then we started making beats together like fairly regularly, and then we both had to. I mean, we had a busy ass summer, and we both moved. So like, what's been going on in SLANK'S world, man? What have you been like thinking about idea wise? Like what kind of ideas have you brought out? I want to know these things, man.
I'll give you the whole scoop, man. It's kind of been a roller coaster since. So I had 3 shows before I made the move, right? I had the garage party with Ice and Byrd, Tyler, the gang essentially. Like Keenan was there, your boy Keenan.
Yeah.
Did that.
Keenan.
Then I had my last. Yeah. Shout out to fucking dude. He's coming to visit me next week, bro.
Yo, that's so cool.
Isn't that cracking? I'll touch on that in a second because I'm very excited about it. But so yeah, I did my last basement hip hop party. It was a fucking mosh pit, just fucking super sweaty. Then I had the very pristine and somewhat emotional garage show because it was my last hip hop show before I moved. And then I did a wedding 2 days before I hopped in the car and left. Okay, so I was pretty fucking busy. And in the time of the 2 shows, the first 2, I lost my flash drive for my music. Which was unbelievably stressful because I had the wedding to do, obviously, and we fucking grinded some downloads, you know what I'm saying? Got a whole playlist together and I killed the wedding. However, I'm like I have my equipment next to me, right? Like I use my keyboard, I use my drum pad, my DJ board's over there in the corner. I'm staring at it right now. But I haven't been DJing as much just for the sake of I'm kind of salty that I lost my flash drive. And, it's the biggest L I've taken. And I'm not really tripping about it because, 1, I learned my lesson, and I'm never going to ever not back my shit up ever again. Like, that was just foolish of me. 2, it's a chance to restart on my DJ playlists, get fresh songs in, get all the old ones that I don't DJ with anymore. Because I had a bunch of them when I would DJ. I'd scroll through tons of music that I didn't think was relevant or, I don't know, popular. I like to DJ, like, kind of underground shit a lot, but, you just have to start new. So that's what I'm doing with the DJ gig. I might have a wedding to do in December from a friend of a friend, but we'll see about that. So right now, I don't have a studio set up, so all of my production has been through the headphones, wired to the keyboard or the drum pad, and it's been going well. I've been making a shit ton of beats. I think I got like 70 since I fucking moved down here, I think.
Damn,
I
bro,
think
that's
it's up there.
like just
We've
70
been staying
fresh
pretty busy, bro.
beats.
Yeah, I know. Some of them have some refining to do. Obviously, a beat always has some refining, but a lot of fresh ideas. I come home from work ready to cook. Bird's always hitting me up wanting to cook. Bands is hitting me up needing beat packs and shit. I'm sending him one this weekend. Just trying to. I moved down here to get like mental restart, mental freshness, and really just make sure that I'm doing what I think I should be doing and what I find fitting. So it's nice to just kick back in this room or go out in the lanai that I got. I got a fucking pool in the back as well. So I sometimes sit out there and just, make beats. And it's how I foresaw myself doing it for so long. So right now my biggest goals with music and what I've been really trying to focus on is the EDM and rhythm production on my own side craft. And dude, I'll like I don't know if I want to show any quite yet on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? But you're definitely gonna get some files like by tonight of some shit I'm
Hey,
working on.
good shit.
You're definitely gonna get to hear some of the gas because some of it's sounding pretty fucking bonkers, bud, and I'm really liking that.
Well, I
And
I
then
I believe it, bro. I mean, that was like, I feel like the beginning of your rhythm journey happened at that retreat. But I could be wrong.
no, 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 it did. And like to touch on that real quick, I'll bring up the fire beat that me and you stayed up hours on end. We didn't actually sleep that night. We made that beat the whole night.
Yeah.
Bird's voice, God, taking that beat and using any vocal sample that he gave us to just turn into all the elements of that song was by far the best learning experience I've had so far. Hands-on.
Wait, hold up. You're
Same as
cutting you're sounding a little soft right now. It's all good. Just wanted to make sure you don't like waste a bunch of breath that I can't hear.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I gotta concentrate and vocal control. You know what I'm saying? But no, I was just touching on the fact that me and you made that song out of Bird's voice, and it really got me to think about sound design in a whole different light. Um, very, very prevalent on the idea that you can really make anything work if you tweak it in certain ways, understand the effects that are going into it,
Yeah, it was all about,
understanding the knobs, the science behind everything.
or just, yeah, understanding like to work. It was just work with what you're given, and it's like there is a way. You just need to find it, and
Exactly.
and somehow, I mean, and then like skill and experience like helps with that, and that's kind of what we were just like discovering that night. I felt like is that there is a way. We just need to like do what we just need to do the right thing. For context, because
Exactly.
because Slanky did cut out a bit when you were like describing the song, but now you're good. We took
Oh, yes.
we took a rant, or not a rant might not be the right word, but it was very long.
No, it was a rant. He was pretty. He was. Yeah, he was ranting.
So we took, well, but we did it. We like set up the mic and like we were like, Bird, go, and he just went
This
off.
is right. We just gave him the platform to speak what he was thinking at full force.
Yeah. So we had like
It was great.
probably like a 10-minute clip that we were working with of our buddy Byrd, just like I don't know, just like free, what is it, like just off and off, I don't know, off and out on the mic, and like just speaking his mind,
Yeah.
you know, tapping the mic, like making a bunch of I don't even know. He was just being himself. He wasn't doing any of this like too
Yeah,
special.
exactly.
We just turned on the mic,
Right.
and yeah,
We were
so-
just laughing our asses off, and we are like, dude, we're just gonna turn this on. You just keep doing you, and then the rest is history.
yeah, and
Oh my god! Remember when I got him to make the snare sample with his belly?
yeah, yeah,
God damn.
Never pay for a snare. Just smack your gut. So have you made any like you said like sample packs or like so are you making like a bunch of rhythm tracks right now? Is that like mainly what like those 70 tracks are, or you just really have a lot of ideas about sound design that you're like tweaking and polishing and are like ready to like show everybody or trying to get ready to what is it, like unveil?
I'm in a whole preparation phase in my music shit right now, dude. Like, I'm totally ingrained on just defining my sound, you know, and
Great.
taking this time to kind of keep shit to myself for now, but then show like people who are really close to me. And that's where I'm gonna drop that me and Relapse got these 2 songs that we're gonna collab on, bro. And I'm very excited to actually get that started. I already sent it to him. He's got the stems, and we're getting to chop those up. And I think those are gonna be one of my first real, like, boom, what's poppin'? I produce rhythm now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as the sample pack, I have a couple. Yes, I'm refining my rhythm sounds, and I've been in a huge flow with sound design, with making sounds that I think really represent what I think is cool, you know. And I'm just getting my library big. I'm organizing them via name and date and all these things that can prepare me for that glorious day where I decide to release the sample pack. And I have some dates floating around in my head. I'm thinking New Year's, man, and I think I'm about to officiate that very soon here. But I think New Year's, I'm going to drop my first ever sample pack.
Dude, fuck yeah. I'll pick it up. I'll support the homie.
You already know, man.
Yeah.
You got a free zip file coming your way, dog.
Hey, well that's I'm excited for that. You know, I'm what is it? I'm like a klepto when it comes to what is it? No, I can't think of. Wow, I'm really having trouble speaking today. What's that word? Hoarder. I'm a hoarder when it comes to sample packs, dude. You remember?
Yes, I know.
I showed up and just gave everybody fucking like 20 gigs of sounds. I was like, here, make something with this, please.
Yes, I have that in my production drawer, actually. You bet. Fucking I pull from it quite oftenly, actually. You gave me quite the elaborate patch.
Yeah, I knew you would do something good with it, man. I knew it was going into the right hands.
Yes, perfect hands. Bro.
So
Perfect producer hands.
Hands. New. There's this logo that you showed me. Who? Give me the lowdown there.
You want the logo? Yeah. So the logo is the drip.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get it. It's
drip.
front and center for everybody.
Oh, thank you.
We got the drip right now. Hello, drip. Hello, little slank.
Young drip. Oh, I love it. So essentially, Zisco. Shout out to Zisco, the boy. He was doing
Disco.
He posted on his Instagram like a cartoon mashup kind of thing where this dude put like different cartoons from different shows on Pokemon cards. Like he took the T-Rex from Rugrats, you know, that big old green T-Rex.
Yeah.
He put that on a Pokemon card, and the way he did it and the aesthetic to it was amazing. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I got this logo. Do you think you could make the drip character into like some sort of like
Pac-Man mashup. Like I like Pac-Man's like. There's a picture of him running from some ghosts.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
three
yeah, yeah, yeah.
ghosts. You know,
I love that
he's
shit.
running from him, and he's got arms and legs. And I was like, dude, I could see Slank with arms and legs like that. So I just sent him the thing. He got it done, and now he is kind of, you know, obviously I'm gonna have the SLANK logo that was going before. Um, for practically everything, I'm gonna stamp it, of course. But the character itself, I think I'm gonna use him in a lot of like rhythm, like cover art. You know, like I think he's just gonna be like the goofy rhythm side of me.
I totally support that, and that seems like a really, yeah, like a great trope. That could totally,
You know what I mean?
that works. I feel like braV is like the like the unleash the beast side of me, and that is like totally like what I see with this little character. You know, him being like your fun side. Like or not or your rhythm
totally.
your not your fun side. You're just you're fun all around. Like just your rhythm side.
Yeah, you know, just like the genre of rhythm is very hardcore, but it's also very goofy at times. Like I think sometimes like people love rhythm solely for the craziness of the drops and sometimes the outlandishness of the samples that people use. And people are just like, well, at least I am. I'm like, ha, that was hilarious that they just used that.
Yeah,
Or,
right.
you know
That's
what I mean?
yeah. It's for I'm always like when it comes to rhythm for me. I think I used to really like gaw at the sound design, but now I'm always just
Mm,
looking for like a stir of emotion. And if you can do that to me
mm,
with rhythm, like most of the time it's like I'm laughing. Most of the time you like evoke
yeah.
like this hilarity. Like wow, I have like can't believe my speaker just made that fucking sound, or like
Hell yeah.
yeah, and
Hell
that
yeah, bro.
so that's yeah. Not I mean I like like I think rhythm can get repetitive, just like I think house can get repetitive, and I'm just like super
Mm,
ADD. But there is I don't like not listen to it. It's a huge like subgenre of EDM, and I gotta give it a chance. Like I just it's funny. It evolved from dubstep, and it's like I don't know. I feel like it's like this one. I feel like they heard a Zomboy song, or not they, or I feel like rhythm is like an just 8 bars or 16 bars from a Zomboy song that they just like kind of harped on, or that like people just kind of start harping on. And I love it if you're like
yeah.
willing to just like accept that it is goofy, and you should
Yes.
probably have fun with it.
But that's why I want to make it. Because, like,
Yeah,
I can totally see myself on stage just chopping rhythm because,
yeah.
you know, just like fucking hitting the wink wonks and just having the time of my life doing it. Like, I don't know. I I love making music of all sorts, but when I make rhythm, it's really the feeling that I get is just like, how can I make this sound just hard? And how can like it's a lot of triplets. It's a lot of abstract like pattern um, syncing, I guess I would call it. Like there's tricks and techniques to the trade, obviously, as you know, we've produced together. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's just it's a chance to experiment constantly and see what kind of crazy shit I can come up with. Whereas like a hip hop beat, I'm definitely going for a more um, emotional like gain from it in a sense. Like I have a mindset of like, okay, I'm feeling this way, or I'm making a beat to invoke this type of emotion. You know?
Right. Or like is this a sad boy beat, or is this like a hype beat? Yeah, you know.
Yes. Ex- So,
Yeah, so
and even something I've been telling Byrd, you know, I've been telling this man and like everyone who I work with, I'm like, these emotions that you're getting from these beats, we gotta hone in on because like that emotion is what's gonna bring out the lyrics, the transitions, the whole entire vibe, and like the one shot sounds we add in, or just like those, you know,
just things that keep it moving and keep that energy alive. Like we can really hone in on the emotion as a theme and then make it from there.
Yeah. I mean, talking about like, let's say the non-goofy side of rhythm and the fact, and I mean, this is just something I love about EDM altogether. There's a lot of rhythm out there that, let's say, maybe, let's say I find a rhythm song that I don't like the drop, right? But not more than likely, but it's possible that they have like a fucking absolute like beautiful emotional intro. And I just find it really funny that you can just kind of go from like one extreme to the other, especially in EDM. And I love playing with emotion when I mix music. I'm always trying to go up and down, in and out. Like I'm always like trying to play with with your ears, I guess. But I think you can probably get a lot more emotion out. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is the intro for like EDM and rhythm, before you get to that, like maybe structure of like the wink wonks. I think there's an opportunity for a lot of like emotional cinematic like feels that you could probably bring in. It's like, there's a lot of opportunity that I just feel like doesn't get put together sometimes. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
Dude, like, no, to be honest with you, I kind of very much agree with you. There are some songs in rhythm that I've heard where the intro is actually kind of beautiful as fuck. I'm sitting here like, wow, this is great. Like, I feel like, I'm like on an adventure or some shit, or just going through my head, and then all of a sudden they'll just make this outlandish drop that is just like completely left field. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just crazy how like it can bridge like heavy metal vibes with like walk through the forest lo-fi shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And and when you stick the landing, it's fucking phenomenal. And when you don't stick
Right.
the landing, welcome to EDM.
Yeah, seriously. Then that's just like the craft of it.
Yeah,
I also feel like that's the whole idea of just practice with production, is like, just like how we made that Byrd sound design song, there's always a way to make shit fit. There's always something you can tweak to change it so that it actually can mold together into a concrete idea.
yeah,
So I think it's almost interesting to like have those two outlandish emotions, and then, like you said, try to stick the landing, dude. Just like make it work, land on your 2 feet, and be like, okay, actually, we made that link and we got
yeah,
somewhere with it.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Well, I agree with me, since you're agreeing with me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. You got it, braV. You got it in the bag, bud.
Well, shit, man. I was like busy all the way up to calling you when we did sound check, so I don't have like my normal list. Actually, no, I have some. Do I like know when people started calling you MC Slank? Like I want,
No,
yeah.
you don't.
Okay, give me that. Give me
so that was like Slank started in high school, and I literally didn't even have any aspirations of doing music. I had no thought in the world that I'd be trying to do this how I am today. All of my friends, Alec, Cody, Joshua, fucking, I'm sure you met all those guys multitudes of times. Those are the guys I've been living with for the last 3 years before I moved down here.
Oh, yeah.
The gang. And
Dang.
we all had nicknames for each other. Like, all of us just had nicknames that we'd give each other. And Slank was mine because I was a tall-ass, skinny-ass motherfucker. And it just kind of, like, fit. So I went to college, and that's what I was telling people they can call me. I was like, just call me Slank. Like, it's totally fine. And everyone's like, that's fucking hilarious. I like it. And then came home from college. Shout out my boy, Will Witten, Mr. Will. He brought over his little iPad, and he's like, let's make some beats. I'm like, dude, this is sick. I want to start making beats. And that was like 3.5, 4 years ago.
Oh, you started making beats like so. Your first ever beat making experience was on an iPad.
On a little iPad, it was like Will had this one really cool program. I forget what it was called, but then lo and behold, my mom was like got this like rewards program thing where she purchased like a really basic Android touchscreen for like a cent, like a penny. It was like a promo thing they were doing, I guess.
Oh,
And she's like, I don't use this, so you can use it. And I totally just took that thing and put FL Studio Mobile on it, and that's how I was making my beats.
damn. I didn't.
A
You,
lot of my first songs were off that little iPad, bro.
dude, that's awesome. Wait, did you just say FL Studio Mobile? You caught me off guard
Yes, I
there.
did.
That's a thing.
I did. It is a thing. It was only $10.
Oh
I
my,
was like, run it.
dude, my mind is a little bit blown. I'm just like imagine.
Really?
Yeah, I did not know FL Studio Mobile was a thing. Like that
I
doesn't.
know. It did the damn thing, bro. I found out how to import samples from like just life from I found out how to import samples from Splice into the Android files, and then I found out how to convert those files into something I could put into FL Studios. So I was full blown learning how to chop samples and lay samples down and do all that shit.
Dude, that sounds really cool. Like a really that's just new to me. Most people that I talk to are like usually like GarageBand or Audacity. I mean, at least like the humblest starts are like, you know, anything from like Audacity to like but I've never heard of I don't know. I guess maybe there's GarageBand on the iPads. I'm not an Apple guy, so maybe that's
It's
why my mind
GarageBand on the app. Yeah, I know people who record and do things on their phone with like GarageBand.
damn. Well,
Um,
that's pretty sick.
that's just how I started. And when I found out I really wanted to do this, I researched the best DAWs, like Logic Pro, FL, and Ableton. And my homie Will had Ableton, and we had messed around on it, and I thought I could figure it out. I did.
So, what was it
And here we
about
are.
making that beat with Will? Like, what were you like thinking when you like saw when you were like chopping shit up on the iPad? Like, what were you chopping up? Like, what? Why did it have such like a big emotional impact on you?
Oh man, music is a beautiful thing, bro. And I think a lot of times in the past, like throughout high school, middle school, I was that dude who just had the headphones on constantly. And I'm not even kidding you, bro. Like I literally had my headphones on going through the hallways in the class, yada yada. Because I thought it was like a really beautiful escape, but I also felt very attached to like the lyrics, yes, but more so the sounds that were composing the song. Like I have a background playing trumpet. I'm a very good trumpet player. You're teaching me how to play guitar at one point. I've played the piano in the past. Like I might have cut out my mic unplugged, but I just have these understandings of music, and then when I finally had that iPad in front of me and Will was helping me make a beat and we were chopping up a sample together and laying down percussion and we were fucking having a blast, bro. We were like, this beat is hard. You know, like we were like, this is actually kind of dope. And that kind of just clicked. I was like, I understand everything. Not Jesus Christ. I
I've
understand
looked into the truth tortoise. I see it all.
you know, okay. Okay. There's a song lyric. Kendrick Lamar said in a song, "I know what I know. Um, I know what I know, and I know it well not to ever forget until the day I learned I didn't know shit. The day I came back home." And I think you could always say like, "Oh, I know this. I know this. I know everything. I literally know everything you're about to tell me. Oh, I can prove you wrong." Like yada yada yada. You can go on and on and on about that. But then when you go like when you come back home in a sense, or like get back to this feeling of like comfortability, like everything you might have learned out in the world doesn't really mean shit when you come back home like, I don't know, to a place where you can learn more, or just like a place of humbleness, you know? So that's, yeah, just, you can never know everything, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um,
No, I was busting
but
your balls, and we were talking about. Yeah. No.
no, I just thought that was a very fitting point to put that lyric in, because I've been
Where's
listening
what?
to that song like a motherfucker.
Yeah, link me. Well, I
I
love
got you right, yeah.
Kendrick, but like, yeah,
Uh,
hit me with that song.
I'm gonna send you the link to the song right now, bro. I'm gonna just type it in the
Duh.
chat real quick.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, give it a listen.
Yeah.
Lyrical as fuck. Anyways, I love music. I love all types of music. When I started making the beat, I felt like I could understand the composition of sounds, and that's why I picked it up. That's why I was excited to do it. Um, and then just the feedback from the people around me when I was showing them the beats that I was making, they're like, "Yo, this is actually kind of cold." And then there are times like where I'd walk around with my iPad and just make beats at the kickback or beats at the party and just literally sit back and just like try to work with something, you know, and just make some bullshit. Um, yeah, I just kind of like really got hooked on it immediately, you know. I couldn't even describe like what it was. It was just kind of like an understanding of like how it worked and thinking that I actually had like the mental ability to understand it, you know?
Yeah. Well, so was music? So you said you played trumpet. By the way, I would love to hear you on trumpet, dude. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. That's something I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, actually no. I feel like I did know that, but you didn't bust out a trumpet at the retreat, so I wasn't.
Dude, I should have busted. Fuck. Yeah, but I sampled myself playing the trumpet before, so I'll definitely have to send you that.
Yeah, please do. I'd love to flip that. That'd be fun. Um, but what I guess I was gonna say is it's it's kind of like, yeah, so you didn't know that you kind of wanted to do music. We're similar in that way. We didn't know that we wanted to do music the way that we're both doing it now, like early on, but it feel like it's always been important to us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
And
think
no, go for it. Go for it. This is your interview.
it just like it almost felt subconscious. Just like to be able to like, I don't know, just get into it kind of naturally
So,
versus being like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, no, it's like, boom, I'm in it. Like, let's go.
well, now that you're in it, the question is, what do you like? Describe your sound, I guess. Like maybe with your new rhythm project, or your side
Hmm.
project, because I know, like, you and I especially, we explore, because we try to get better at producing. We'll like try and like experiment with producing all kinds of different genres. But well, like, what is your goal? Like, if ideally, if you could express yourself musically, like what would you want your sound to be in words? I guess.
Right. And this is something that like I'm literally constantly thinking about or trying to hone in on, you know. Um, the goal with music is I want to be free. Like the longer I have produced and been like DJing and like doing all this shit in the scene, the more I realize like it's mistake is treat myself as possible and never really fold or feel like I need to be like someone else in an industry, you know? Um, so just the freedom to continuously find my sound is at the top priority. Like at this point, I don't even feel like with music that I have this like crazy urge or obligation to even blow up necessarily. Like I just want to be able to express myself through music as true to myself as possible. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm still always going to make the music. You know, I don't feel like no pressure to I don't know. The people who are going to like my music are going to like my music, and they're going to do the talking. You know, and they're going to express that. Um, so yeah, just to remain free and to myself as much as possible. As far as like how my sounds represent me, like I'm a pretty I'm a pretty laid back person for the most part, and I think a lot of my hip hop songs and shit that I've made always hones on two things: a good bass line, because bass is everything, and just a very ambient, chill melody, you know? Ambient, chill melody with some really beautiful harmonic features. Just something that kind of like, I don't know. I smoke, you know, I'm a stoner at heart. So I like to just have music that, like, you could sit back and vibe to with, like, a really solid beat with it, you know?
Yeah, most stuff.
I just feel like, as far as, like, DJing goes, a lot of the goals I set myself to do, I hit pretty fucking quickly. And now I feel like there's no pressure for me to achieve, I don't know, any, like, obviously there's still milestones that I want to accomplish, yes, but, like, you know, I've DJed in front of my whole entire family. Like, my whole entire family has seen me DJ, from my grandma to my mom, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins. Like, I've done performances for them, with them. They've come to shows that I've done. Like, I've opened for big name people. I've DJ'd my own songs. I've created my own, like, shows. All those things that I wanted to do, I did. So now it's about how big can I take it. And it just takes a lot of this pressure off of me and allows me to actually kind of do it my way with no regrets.
I think you got experience, and you got it way quicker than you thought. And I have a super similar story, like, or at least like I learned a ton from my first, you know, like, DJ gig, and whether or not I enjoyed it all the time is not relevant to how much I was, like, learning every single night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I just wanted to bring this up before I forget. I wanted to say this while you were talking about freedom. I think we discussed this at one point just in one of our sessions. That's exactly my goal too. Like, more specifically, I, you know, have, like, these ideas of, like, merging rock and roll and dubstep and whatever, you know, I want to merge all these genres together. Yeah, that's a more tangible goal, I think, that you could, you know, call, or for my, if I were to answer my own question. But overall, it is actually, it goes deeper than that, which is what you were getting at, which is you want to express yourself via music, however that ends up being. Like, if it's
exactly,
yeah, and I resonate with that completely. I think we share that goal 100%. Music to me is all about freedom, and DJing has been a way, you know, for me to express myself. It's been a family that has helped me express myself. So
yes.
You know.
Oh my God! Like, music aside, the people I've met, the opportunities I've had, like, the travel I've done, just all the goodness that just came from following the creative outlook that I wanted to follow. You know, it just helped me, like, find myself, give myself some, like, fun identity to rock with in this life that I have. You know, like, I fucking have the SLANK logo tattooed on me, bro. Like, what is that? Like, it's just crazy to me that just literally the act of following a passion brought so much happiness into my life and brought so many cool people into my life. You're an amazing product of that very idea. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with you right now solely because we're following our interests that we just love to do. And that's what it's all about.
Feels
so
like
much more than music.
It was like an instinct for both of us too. We were just kind of like really gravitating towards this thing. And I feel, and I've mentioned this on the podcast, and I feel like I may bring this up more than my guests do, but I felt an immense social pressure about music that was, like, not, you know, like I never saw it as, like, something viable that I could do, or there was this roadblock for me. But instinctually, I just kept gravitating towards it, and I had to, like, in a sense, get over it. So, I mean, to put it bluntly, or just short story of that. Yeah, I just had to get over that.
Right. And just like any artist does, like whether you're sculptor, painter, musician, all that takes like some sort of like no, I wouldn't say ego death because that's just like very out there. But I'd say just an acceptance of openness to yourself and like kind of just being easy on yourself. You know what I mean? Just being like, yeah, like I do want to do this, and there's no reason I can't do this. And like whatever I create is authentic to me, and it is hard to start with, though, I will say. I had a lot of fear in the beginning. I felt like a lot of pressure. I felt like I had to impress everybody as well and, like, adhere to what people wanted to hear versus, like, make shit that I wanted to listen to. And getting over that was, like, unbelievably crucial and unbelievably important to make the shit that I wanted to make and work with the people how I wanted to work with them,
I suppose technically you don't need to get over as a producer. I just want a little tagline. You don't really need to get over if you're the right kind of producer, which isn't my favorite producer, caring about what people think. Like some people, can get away with, mostly just being a producer who follows a formula and I guess makes money, or at least, like knows what, rappers want to do. And I mean, there might be a little bit of passion taken away from the craft if that's your whole angle, but it's just like kind of, I feel like just not an option for either of us.
Oh, I completely agree.
Yeah.
No, like there are a lot of producers who definitely go by a formula, quote unquote, where they're like, scientifically, I know that a rapper likes the fucking fourth quarter note hi-hat pattern. Like, bro, shut up. Like, good for you. Like, if that's how you want to do it, I'm actually not going to bash anyone for trying to do what they want to do and make what they want to make. It's just, it does not resonate by any means. Like, okay, here's something that I will publicly announce. I hate when motherfuckers send me type beats that they want me to make beats like. I honestly have such a problem with it. No, I really do, because I feel like it pressures me to make something just like the beat, and that's not 100% authentic to what I'm feeling like making.
Right.
I feel like this immense pressure to like follow the pattern and do just like that beat. And it's like, no. If you want a beat from me, I'll give you a shit ton of beats to choose from that I believe we could work on. And that's, and that's just like, that's me giving you my honest craft and my honest work that I do,
Yeah. No, I feel you with that. The whole type beat is a meme. Like I
literally,
yeah, I say type beat just like as a joke, like out and about.
Bro, that's a fucking braV type beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, that's a fisherman type beat, bro.
Yeah, right? No, bro. I feel your frustration there, because it kind of feels like, well, why don't you? Well, there's like a million other producers, I guess, you could hit up if you're looking for a generic beat, or if you're looking for like you might as well just find a producer who has beats that you like and not try and mimic like even if they come so I feel you, like even if it's a homie coming up to you saying like, yo, I want like a Kendrick Lamar type beat, like that's not so much insulting as it is like just not helpful. Like Kendrick Lamar has a huge range. Like he will go from the hardest fucking to what is it, the Pimp a Butterfly? Like he'll go from his bangers there to like that jazz album Untitled. And like like you can't tell me to make a type beat because you're kind of just like person, or you're cornering this whole like artist into this one song.
Literally, bro. Like it doesn't do the artist justice either.
Totally, completely agreed.
Because it's just so much more. It's like, yeah, it's like that distinguishing factor between are you a rapper or are you an artist, or like like are you gonna box yourself into this one term, or are you gonna allow yourself to explore whatever you want to make, because that's how it should be. Someone should make whatever they want to make.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, you can't just hold yourself down to trap beats, only trap beats 100% of the time. Because I guarantee, bro, every single person goes through those moments where they're sad as fuck. And a trap beat is not going to hit the fucking soul if you're trying to, I don't know. If you're just trying to encompass an ideology, trap beats aren't always going to be the answer.
Agreed. Bass music, though, that's always the answer.
The bass music's always the answer, bro. It'd be hitting so different. I try to put like, we're talking about like ambient intros with like just outlandish like bass drops and bass music sometimes, or rhythm. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been actually trying to put like more melodic elements into the drops, so it's not just like these constant ass like bass wubs and shit, but like having like background noise and kind of like themed progressions like of chords or something kind of hits very different when there's a huge rhythm drop, I will say.
Yeah, it almost feels like part of the, like, I'm thinking about it right now, and I can hear it almost like feeling like a build up. But if you want it to be like part of the, like, yeah, making a hook with rhythm is always kind of funny, because you can never like whenever you try and sing a rhythm song, you just end up embarrassing yourself in front, like in the front of the mirror, like blah, like the one that goes like squeak, and if you wanted, like if you actually wanted to like add like a melody in there, I'm sure like I could probably pull something up that emulates that, because I have like 8,000 songs, but it's sounds like a task, but it sounds very possible, and if my faith in you is high, so go for it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when I'm making music, and even like tonight, I think I'm gonna have one of these nights where I'm just gonna stick to creating sounds, like all night. Instead of making compilations or beats, I'm just gonna focus on sound design and just creating a bunch of unique, different sounds to use.
I guess I want to just go out and say now, like, I've learned that what Slinky just said right then and there is super duper ridiculously important. Like, it's a huge milestone as a producer if you can like sit down and have a sound design session and then like catalog these things for later. I guarantee you that will help your sound way more than collecting as many sample packs as possible, which I've already done for you.
Yeah, seriously. I've been doing it, and then you gave me more. I'm like, dude, I gotta get away from these things.
Yeah. So I just like, I still love like getting and accumulating sample packs one way or another. But I just, yeah, when it comes to production, or you and I both use Ableton now, but I don't think the DAW really matters. I really think that just having those sound design sessions are critical. I don't know, like percentage wise, like it's just critical in finding your own sounds. Like I've talked to my last interview, 23 Odd Cats, like he does all of his own sound design, and it's all stock Ableton. And I was like very impressed and blown away by that. And it's a pattern I've been seeing, and it's something that I've even just come to realize in my own career. Like that is how you find your sound, I think.
I was thinking about that on my way home. I was like, I'm gonna really start honing in on sound designing my own percussion elements, like hats and claps and snares and kicks and open hi-hats, frickin' dinks and dongs, like all this crazy shit that you can really make a good percussion loop out of. I'm just gonna start making it because I feel like the whole idea is to be unique, right? So I think that's the perfect way to do it. To be like, yeah, I made these hi-hats that in my head are like the perfect hi-hat, and that's
Yeah.
just me, and that's what I'm gonna give you.
And I also think once you find a set of sounds that you made that you're comfortable and happy with, like your workflow becomes easier too, because then you build a drum kit that with all your sounds, and that's your drum kit, and it just like I think it just makes everything feel more at home in a way. Like you just feel like your tools a little bit better. And I think that helps with the workflow. And it's just like, yeah, obviously a lot of great songs has probably come from a sample pack. But if your goal is freedom and looking for your sound, I think designing everything from scratch is like sounds super daunting at first. But I think it is, in my conclusion, how you do that best is to like literally
Exactly.
build. It's like building a cake from scratch. Like you are. I don't know.
No, dude, I like that's just like the best way to do it. You're literally being 100% creative and 100% from scratch, raw material, making everything in your image. And that's also why I'm going to start like, dude, I had this crazy idea. I think I'm going to start like finding really cool melodies and harmonies to blend together. And then I'm going to start beatboxing the percussion that I hear in my head. And then I'm going to start literally laying out the pattern to my beatbox. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, dude, we have to work on
you
this
know what I'm
together. Wait,
saying,
wait,
bro?
no, wait, no, wait, yeah, I do because I was thinking of I'm getting this podcast on iTunes and Spotify eventually, right?
Nice.
So,
Yes.
but like the thing is, on YouTube, I'm allowed to like play other people's music. I just like don't get monetized for it, and I like doing that because this podcast is all about like the person I'm interviewing, and it's about like the scene. I'm not really trying to keep the focus the spotlight on me. So I like doing my intros and outros with other people's music, and it's or whoever I'm talking to. But I can't do that on iTunes and Spotify. And so I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna have to make like an intro for I Can't Produce. And my immediate idea was, okay, what if I just like beatbox into the microphone like really shittily, or at least like to the best of my ability, which isn't that well. And then I'll just start like layering like a full like the drum track that I made over that like do you feel me
Yeah.
I just like yeah,
Yeah.
so it like goes from like literally just like the shitty beatbox, but then immediately or then it like transitions into that exact same beat but like fully produced.
Love it.
So
I can literally hear it right now. I can
yeah,
see that so vividly. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, bro.
awesome. Okay, cool. I'm glad you think it's cool, but
Yeah, run it.
I feel you on that beatboxing idea because I've done that just because I needed to like because I'm not a drummer.
Right.
So I've just done that out of desperation before.
Like today, I was. Excuse me. The sun just went down, so I'm starting to turn into my fucking nocturnal mode.
Nighttime slank at
Yeah.
night.
Good night, Slank. No, I was listening to a really nice lo-fi beat, and I was just like in the car beatboxing to it, and I honestly thought my percussion loop that I was doing almost fit the song better than the percussion loop that the producer put in. Not to jack the style that he did, because I'm glad that he did him. I just think that it's just like, I feel like I have an ear to this shit. That's, like I said earlier, it's just kind of like, that's why me and you do what we do, because we have the ear for this shit. I just feel like if I'm able to get a really nice loop down, that I can do better. It's like Zisco said this. Shout out Zisco again. He said that production is like a mind, body, spirit thing. You have to think about what you want to lay down. You have to have the motion through your hands to actually be able to put it on your DAW, and then you have to have the spirit of it, you know. And I think to vocally make noise would just make the process from mind to body like that much easier. You know what I mean? Because then, like, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, this percussion would sound dope. But if I'm able to actually, like, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap out loud, then I can really actually lay it down effectively.
And it's there's this one producer, I think it's Small or Yohas, he's a bass producer, and there's this one track he laid out where it must have been on a secondary channel or a SoundCloud channel, and he just made a whole, like, he made a bass song just with like unedited like beatboxing sounds. And it was a joke. Like, it didn't sound of high production value or anything, but it was pretty fucking hilarious. and I think that's like, yeah, that's the level of I don't give a fuck that I think a lot of people, or, you know, beginning producers kind of aspire to get to, because it makes things a lot more easy. So yes, do it and beatbox your heart out.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I promise you, bro. I'm up there beating and boxing all day, bro.
I have a friend or one of my best friends, Gabe, who basically gave me the name braV. Is a really good beatboxer, so I might get him to help me on this little side project. And I have a bunch of samples of him beatboxing already, so we'll see how that
plays
out. I'll send you that before I actually use it, because I'm gonna need some feedback.
Yeah, send it my way, bro.
And if you have any like funny beatboxing things that you end up recording, you should send those my way.
Well, yeah, once I get them recorded, bro, I'm definitely gonna send it to you. I promise.
So what kind of? Oh, go for it. Go for it.
No, you got it, bro.
I was gonna say, what kind of mic are you recording on?
Jeez. Well, my I honestly forget what kind of mic I was using at one point. It was just the blah blah blah. I got it off Amazon. My boy told me to grab it. It's in a box still, freaking packed up in the garage. I unfortunately haven't been able to set up a studio quite yet. But the quality is quite something, bro. I must say, like, it's like a hanging mic kind of deal. It's got a really nice stand for it.
Well, what
nice
were you gonna
filter, the whole nine?
What were you gonna say before I decided to ask you about your mic? Do you remember?
Jeez. I think it had to do something with, like, just the human voice can really be a great starting point in times of, like, unknowing of where to go in a beat. Just like for the same thing I was saying about, like, it's good to beatbox or, like, at least have some sort of, like, vocal element to, like, hear what you're going for. I think you can find layers of sound to put into a beat based on humming or singing or, like, using your voice as the instrument to figure out what's next, you know?
Yeah, I think, well, if you're like me, you probably have any, you know, like, probably some, like, song ideas recorded on your phone, like, hummed or, like, beatboxed.
Yeah.
But I think, okay, so while you were talking, I was reminded of this documentary I saw. Do you know this, all, you know, the Guns N' Roses song, Sweet Child of Mine, like, all the way? Like, do you know, like, how that song goes?
Sweet child.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be surprised if you didn't, but there's that one section where they go, like, where do we go now? They, like, chant it for, like, an entire bridge. So, like, I was watching a documentary, and they were like, I don't know who they asked about it. It was one of the band members, and they were talking about the song, and they said that they recorded everything up to that part, and one of the band members just said, "Where do we go now?" And then they were like, "That's it."
That's where we'll go.
Yeah, that's where we'll
where
go.
do we go now? Great, dude.
So
That's
it's like,
hilarious.
yeah, I don't know. There's something to be said there as far as like I think you like that's being honest with yourself and the music, in my opinion. I think encapsulates the maybe the body and the soul there. In that 3-part triangle that Zisco humbly wisely laid out.
The trinity of life.
Yes.
Oh god. You know, I've been trying to live my life to think about life in a way like, I'm a musician, I'm an athlete, I'm this, I'm that, I'm trying to do this, and yada, yada, yada. And I don't think those things really should define what you live your life for. You know what I mean? Like, like, yes, I'm an artist, but I'm also like a brother, and I'm a son, and I'm a family man, and um, I don't have a family like of my own yet, like or kids and anything, but I'm very family oriented, and I think there's different factors that can really describe one's life versus the professions that they seek to pursue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that was
really am hitting that hard very recently.
you are an amalgamation of your life experiences, and like it's kind of hard to sum up someone's life experiences. Like autobiographies suck because of that. Like,
Yeah,
they don't suck.
it's
That was more of a joke, but it's like there's just so much. There's too much to describe you.
I agree, and it shouldn't be limited to just like what you see on the surface. Like, I mean, you can always pick and choose what people actually see of you, but there's so much more than what any one of us sees, like through the camera, like watching a story or when the time comes, like even seeing an artist on stage, you're like, wow, he's a crazy ass musician, but in the end of the day, he's just a human,
Yeah.
like doing his thing, and there's so much more attributes that describe said person.
Yeah, separating the artist from the person, I think, is really important, and kind of like the birth of this podcast. I was just where I realized that I was becoming an artist, and I was like, but I'm just me. Oh, I was like, everyone is just them. So now I just like,
Yes.
yeah. So, and it's funny because being an artist is an identity, and I guess I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with it or maybe having an identity, but if you are, I guess, really, really talking about freedom or really trying to be the artist that expresses themselves, then you are more than that.
Yeah, oh, totally. Totally. You're already hitting it on the nail at that point.
So yeah, just what?
Well, oh my God, have you ever seen the movie Soul?
Soul? Oh, dude, no, I
Soul.
haven't. No, I've been meaning to.
Oh, it literally hits on that same idea, like to a T, bro. Like,
I might. Okay, maybe I'll watch that shit tonight because
God, bro.
it's been on my radar, and like I don't
It'll
know.
make you cry, bruv.
Oh, I'm ready.
Dude, it'll hit you in the feels, bro. Like, and a lot of people probably won't resonate with this, but it is very ingrained on music in the industry and how people feel like if they like something and they're talented at something, then they have to do that. And if they don't get to the level they want to be at, then they're a failure. And that is just not the case at all, bro. And life is so much more. than just pursuing a passion. Like, you can't get sucked into a passion because then you're just going to let life like flash by you, you know?
Right.
Oh God, watch that movie, Brad. You
Okay.
have to.
All right. Thanks for the recommend. Okay. Yeah, I might. I'll get the
Uh,
tissues. I'll get a box of tissues. I'll get a nice little margarita, and
Like, bro, fuck sample pack recommendations. Fuck song recommendations. You need this movie recommendation from me.
yo, I can't produce gang. You hear that? Watch Soul. Tell me, make sure that it's a good movie.
Soul.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it, man.
one of
It'll
my
hit you right in the feels.
one of my old homies. Have you seen Coco?
Oh yeah, I've seen Coco.
Dude, I haven't seen Coco either, so I don't know which one. Which one should I start with? Because I've been.
Soul. You gotta start with Soul, bud.
Okay. I'll start with Soul. I don't know. I heard
You're a
Coco was.
musician. You're gonna find so much resonance to it, bro. It's amazing.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, it's important to pursue other things. That's why I'm down here in Florida, you know, fucking making beats, yes, but I'm also pursuing my marine biology interests and
Let's talk
diving
about
interest.
scuba diving.
Should we talk about it? Is it time?
It's time. It's time right now.
So I've actually been holding it the whole time during the podcast, but I'm holding this megalodon tooth that I found at the bottom of the ocean.
How
And
deep?
it
How,
is a
like when you say that, how deep we're talking?
30 feet.
Damn, that's awesome.
Oh, it's amazing down there, bro. There's little crabs running everywhere. There's some schools of fish that swim by you every once in a while. A lot of coral. Yeah, the crabs. I really enjoy the crabs. I resonate with how they act a lot because a lot of times you'll be floating around. Like, so the dives I've been doing are very hands on because we're looking for teeth specifically. We're looking for fossils and we're looking for old stuff. So it's a lot of moving your hands and digging around and
Yeah.
scrimmaging around. So you get over these reefs and you're looking in these pockets and all of a sudden you'll see this big ass crab in this pocket and he'll turn to you and put his claws up like he's ready to box you. And you're like, whoa, dude, my bad. I'm gonna let you go. It's all good. It's just really funny interactions with creatures. But man, it really humbles the fuck out of me, like being down under the water like that. It is quite the experience, bruv. I can't. Ugh.
So 30
Oh
feet
God, it's
down.
amazing.
I assume you're doing that like midday. How dark is it? Even if you're like have full sunshine.
Visibility is pretty goddamn good. Like, so the last weekend, I'll do this for an example. I went on like a charter dive, like with a crew and like a captain and shit with a bunch of other people, for the purpose of finding these fossils. We're off the beach very far, so the visibility is very good. You probably got like 10 feet of visibility, which is quite decent. You can see a lot with that, actually.
Yeah. I feel you.
So then they inspired me to rent my own equipment, and this was a learning experience because I went to the dive shop. I was like, I'm looking to rent all this equipment, and they're like, okay, cool, it's pretty cheap. But bro, I had to carry that on the beach. I had to carry all this fucking equipment. It was heavy as fuck. I had to set it up myself, do all this fucking pro ass shit. I felt like a fucking goon, honestly. Like, there was a bunch of families by me and shit, and I was like this scuba diving ass motherfucker with all this equipment, dude. I felt like a goon. I did, and I went scuba diving on the beach, and the visibility at some points was so garbage. Like, oh, brav, it actually it gets very frightening when you can't see that far in front of you.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked, because I like wasn't sure if you're just out there with like maybe a foot of visibility, 3 feet of visibility with like a light looking for fossils. I don't know.
By the beach, the visibility is literally like a foot. At times, it got good. At times, I found good visibility spots. But for the most part, it's tough.
So, dude, this is a passion that I guess you didn't really. I feel like I don't know. Like it didn't come out of nowhere. You always talked about it, but I feel like there's just
Right.
not a lot of places to do scuba diving in Madison. So you probably just weren't in it. Like
Right. Yeah. And I learned in Madison. I learned how to scuba dive in Madison.
oh shit, where?
So it's called Breezeway Bubbles on the west side. Don is the instructor. Great guy. Shout out Don. Let's go.
Dude, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Dude.
But, yeah.
Devil's Lake is where I did my certification, bro. I dove in Devil's Lake.
Damn. When did that? Okay,
Dude.
no. But when did that? Like, what
Take
was
place?
when was the first time you went scuba diving?
February
Of this year?
in a pool. Yeah, bro.
Oh my god, bro, that's
Dude, I'm out here, bro. Like I hit the ground running, bro. I've done 6 dives in the last month. I'm very passionate about this shit, man. Like I
Whoa.
want to do coral reef restoration. Like I want to really be a musician, yes. But like I think it'd be the coolest thing ever to just like part-time coral reef restoration and then like part-time fucking travel the world and DJ. Like I don't know, like that's just dope.
dude. Both of
Like-
those, full support. I mean, yeah, both of those are just amazing.
Yeah, I don't want to sacrifice anything to do anything. You know what I mean? I want to just literally move in directions that make me happy at all times. And both of those things bring me happiness. And this shark teeth thing. Okay, real quick. I'm gonna go into the shark tooth business. This
Alright.
shark tooth that I'm holding right now, it's probably about an inch, no, inch and a half, 2 inches. Pretty wide. It's a massive tooth. Like a lot of shark teeth that you find are kind of smaller, and the
Right.
small teeth go to like a 6-foot shark. Okay, and they're very tiny. So you can imagine that an 2-inch tooth, sometimes they find 8-inch teeth,
Jesus.
are for a very massive, once prevalent, predator long ago. It's
it's a megalodon tooth because of the size.
yes.
Oh
yes.
my god. Dude.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Here, I'm gonna send you a picture. Yeah, I'm gonna actually send you a picture of the tooth, and then I'm gonna send it compared to like a normal.
All right, nice. If you send it on Discord, I might be able to get the audience in on it too. Yeah.
Yeah, let me try to do that. Okay, here we go. Do.
That's so funny that I did not know your first dive was in February. I thought maybe it had been like a couple of years or something.
No, dude, I kind of like just hit the ground running with the shit. Like, I've always wanted to learn how to do this, right? But I just kind of took the leap of faith. Made it happen. Okay, so here we go. Picture. Oh, that's the perfect picture. Okay, yeah, I just sent it to Discord.
All right. So,
Yeah, so as you can see, those 2 little teeth are for a sand tiger shark, which are not the most common, but they're around here, obviously. And then the big one, obviously, is the megalodon.
okay, I see it, but let me make sure our audience can see this.
Mm.
Yes. Oh. All right. Well, they can see little slank dude, and now they can see the megalodon teeth. All right. Now keep talking about.
Yeah. So the smaller teeth are for like a shark, probably like 7-8 feet long. Feet, like big old boy, big old brute.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that a tooth ratio to how it is in width and size is for a shark unbelievably larger.
And that shit's old because
Yes,
well,
millions of years old, bro.
That's by the color, right? It's like sediment. It's like been fossilized more so than the other teeth.
So we find like dugong bones. Dugong are these prehistoric, like, you know what a manatee is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A dugong is essentially a bigger manatee, and it's more prehistoric. So that's what they were eating on whale carcasses. They were eating on baby whales and stuff. So we find whale rib bones. We find like all these skeletons and shit of animals and whatnot. But the idea is that, and this goes for any shark, is anytime they eat something or take a bite out of something, they lose multiple teeth.
Oh, really?
They lose multiple teeth for every bite, damn near.
Damn.
Like a shark goes through hundreds of teeth, thousands of teeth in its lifetime sometimes, bro.
Do they grow back?
So, yes, they always grow back. So the
Damn.
abundance of teeth that are out there is Megalodon, it's limited. But for how many there were and how common they were at one point in life, there are so many teeth out there. Like, you'd be so surprised how many there still are. Like, I feel bad. I'm like, damn, I picked up this tooth. I'm never going to find another one like this. But then you find better ones, and you find chipped ones, you find broken ones, you find preserved ones. You got to dig under the sand sometimes and find them. Like, there's so many of them. It's ridiculous.
So what do you do? And like, this is not really a joke. Like, what do you do when you come encounter, if you encounter a real shark?
Oh man, so like, you know, there's shark classes. You know, there's classes you can take to understand how to like handle shark behavior, how to identify if it's like kind of on the aggressive side or if it's just like curious, all this stuff. There's two things that you can do. If the shark is swimming towards you, if you like, don't hit them, but like, you know, if you take your hand and place it on their nose, you can slowly guide them to one direction and they'll actually yawn. Like, you'll see them yawn. So it relaxes them and just changes their trajectory. Because a lot of times a shark isn't just going to fucking straight up charge at you. They're very curious at nature. So like, they'll usually just like swim around you. And if one's just coming straight at you and isn't going to change its direction, like, very slowly, I'm not saying it's like charging you. I'm saying it's just like cruising, like in your direction.
Yeah.
You can just take the initiative and put your hand in front of it and kind of guide it to a different direction. And it's harmless. It's not dangerous by any means. It's what the professionals do. And then, for scientific purposes, if you're swimming in a school of them, you can actually grab one of their tails and squeeze it, and then they go into a sleep paralysis stage where you can actually flip them upside down, and you could do all your studies as a shark scientist, and then literally, bro, you just send them on their way. They do a little yawn, they do a little shake, and they just flip right over and keep on going.
Dude, what?
I know. It's pretty nuts, man. It's pretty fucking nuts.
It's like you just squeeze their tail and they like go. Damn, that's pretty insane.
It is pretty fucking nuts, man. I haven't encountered any. My dive instructor says it's usually a pretty uncommon sight to see. Usually shark activity around these waters is high at night. They really go nuts at night.
No, they
go nuts at night, bro.
I think they like nighttime.
Yeah, most animals do. We're not out there, you know.
True that.
Yeah, a lot of animals are becoming nocturnal because they just fucking hate humans.
Didn't even think about that angle of things, but
yeah, it makes sense, you know, like when the humans aren't out, all the rodents and all the little critters, that all the birds and, you know, foxes and coyotes and all the good old predators can just bop out and get their meals in. But I feel like one last thing with the shark teeth that I wanted to, I'm not going to say any prices on any of this shit, but let me tell you that Megalodon tooth I had, I could sell that on eBay for well over $200.
Damn. And you can
a
just
6-inch Megalodon tooth in perfect condition, bro. I'll let you do the research, bro. I'm not even going to say anything.
All right.
Know that it could. Oh God.
You said yours.
Like,
it's like yours is 2 inch. It's almost like $100 an inch, then, right?
let's just say that if you found a 6-inch in good quality, if you found the right person, it could pay for your whole years of rent.
That's pretty awesome. Damn. Well,
Yeah, but, like,
you keeping yours?
there's a YouTuber. I'm keeping that one. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna up my collection exponentially, and
Awesome.
then I'm gonna sort them out, get the shark species categorized into what I have, and start a really fucking fat collection. So one I can give you one when I see you.
Ah.
Yes, of course, because
When
I
I
definitely
yeah,
have one picked
it
out for you.
hey.
I do. I'm not bullshitting. I actually have a really nice mako shark teeth picked out for you, bud. Um, but I just want to really get the collection up, and then I will be able to assess what is gonna go to a shop of some sort or someone's hands.
Oh, that's super. That's a nice little like side hobby that pairs well with your scuba diving. That just falls right into place.
Totally,
Yeah.
and I could see myself really enjoying it. The find and sell aspect, you know.
Yeah, and the
It's not
research,
because I'm
like
not gonna.
figuring out what kind of shark you're like, that sounds super
Ah,
cool.
I hold those teeth, man. I feel like I just am holding like so much like connection to the animal that dropped the tooth. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. On some spiritual shit, it just feels crazy to be like, damn, bro. I'm holding a big ass shark tooth in my hand. This thing is like probably 30 feet long and it's prime. I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah, damn nature, you scary. Like,
Nature's pretty frightening, bro. Oh, and then uh, one really cool thing I found is I found a 15 millimeter um World War II gun case at the bottom of the ocean.
oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Dude, it was like the find of the day for me. It's all blue, it's made out of copper and shit. It holds a big ass gun. They were doing like airplane weapons testing before World War II got really fucking big into the ocean. So you'll find casings all over the place sometimes.
Wow. That's really Oh, okay. Wow, yeah. I guess well that's is that to this I guess you haven't done too many searches. Like has that been like your most weird find so far?
As far as weird, yes, definitely the weirdest find, I will say.
You ever worried you're gonna stumble upon something you like wish you hadn't?
Yeah, I mean, like, I love sharks, like, they're one of my favorite animals, but I'm kind of very afraid of running into one. Just because, like, you know, you see videos of people diving with them and it looks beautiful, but then, like, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm down here now. And the first time
Yeah.
I came across a school of fish, I was fucking freaking out. I was like, this is so cool. Oh my God. Like, but then you just like, I don't know, I can imagine myself being down there and looking off in the distance and seeing a big ass tail and being like, you fucking know. So, so
Damn.
far, I've just run into asshole crabs who.
Oh, dude, you're cutting out a bit. What about the crabs? What do they need? What are
Oh,
they? They're just trying to. They just.
sorry.
They're just trying to fight you.
Yeah, I get essentially that's what I'm saying. So far, the scariest thing I've seen is a crab try to box me.
Dude, that's so funny. You ever? wait. So wait, how big are the crabs? Like when you get down to like 30 feet?
There's some fat ass crabs down there, bro. They're called stone crabs. Um,
Because
don't think of like a big skinny crab. Think of like a big stubby, thick crab. You know what I mean?
okay.
I guess that's the best way I could describe them.
Well, we could always Google it, but there's
Yeah.
because in Maryland where I'm from, we have those bay crabs everywhere, and like do y'all eat crabs in Florida? Is that
Absolutely.
okay? Well, I never really liked them, but I imagine you guys are. They're not bay crabs, that's for sure. Probably not. Wait,
Yeah, I the first time I ever had crab, I caught them myself out of a fucking like fishing cage. It was really cool. And we got a big old pot, put a bunch of seasoning in them, and just boiled it up and threw the crabs right in. And they were fucking delicious, man. I gotta tell you, bro. Like you would just you would crack the limbs, and then like just kind of like slurp the meat out. And dude, it's just so good.
dude, I grew up in Maryland. I don't like doing that.
You don't like doing that?
I don't like doing that. I don't know what it is. Like if you put a cooked, delicious lobster, buttered or crab in front of me and you Old Bay it up, like I'm just gonna be in it for the spices. There's something about just like cracking open the shell and slurping out the meat. It's like it's not a turnoff. I just don't. I don't know. I must have not liked it when I was a kid. With the like seafood, I was never like a big seafood fan. And then when I saw people eating crab, I was like, y'all are putting in so much work to get to like what I think is what kind of disgusting. So it was like it was funny seeing my family just like literally, it's like, what are we eating tonight? And they're like pulling out a fucking bucket of crabs, paper towels, and a hammer. And I'm like, no, sorry, I don't eat with a hammer.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Sorry, I don't do construction while I eat.
Yeah,
That's great.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna try them again. I don't hate, and I'm always down to see if I like, just didn't like them at one point. I retry foods and whatnot, so I'll be on crabs again sometime.
Well, I'll tell you, man, it's about to be stone crab season, and I might, pescatarian. So I do eat sea fish. Seafood still, but it's stone crab season very soon here, and they're out in abundance. So I would grab one for the one time and cook it up, and I will give you my full-on critique of it.
All right, for sure. But you wanna? So we got our. Speaking of rock crabs in Florida and fucking talking about you giving me your critique on crabs. What is the deal with our boy Keenan coming out to Florida? Are you all gonna record? Is y'all just going, chilling?
Man, I'm just trying to show that dude a good time, bro.
Shit.
I offered for him he could stay here for a couple days, of course.
Well,
I'd get out the mic for him, you know what I'm saying? We would
I wasn't sure if y'all were just cause dude, do you know how I met Keenan?
You've told me once before. Isn't it through his roommate?
It's kind of, how did you meet him again? So like this for the chat or for anybody watching, we're talking about our boy Faded K on SoundCloud. We don't have a link for him either. Well, I'll have to get like a bunch of links together.
You'll have to get him. You'll have to get him on the podcast. So
that's for sure.
Faded. I met him through my boy Josh's his ex Megan. She asked me to DJ her little house party, and I was like, bet. And Keenan was over there, and he was the man who brought over the mixing device and all this stuff. And
wait, was this recently that you met Keenan?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind.
Well before COVID.
Okay, cool.
We just like kind of had a really strong acquaintance after that, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
And then we'd see each other a bunch and be like, yo, what's poppin', bro? We chop it up really nicely, and then finally I got my own studio set up in my old house, and he's like, dude, it looks thick as fuck. I'm like, yeah, bro, fucking bop over and make a tune. And then he's like, actually, bro, like, do you want to, like, come make a beat real quick? I'm like, yeah. And then, like, the session we had was something else, and then we were having weekly sessions. We have, like, a beat tape we're trying to, like, compose and get together and shit on.
I was never
And I
present
think
for
that-
you guys' sessions, but whenever you came from Keenan's house, you all had some really great stuff.
Yeah. We have this one song, bro. It's like a houseier type vibe, like of a song. It's got like a very, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's got that just like boom clap feel to it. But it's so dope, bro. And yeah, I think we have a nice little project on the way, and I'm not gonna say too much about the project itself because I think when he comes to visit, we're actually gonna put a date on it and get that shit ready to go.
Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to Keenan. He's the homie. He's gonna come visit just for a good time, but we're gonna make some good business out of it while we can.
Fuck yeah. I met Keenan, and I think it's funny that, I mean, I guess it was probably inevitable, but I mean, since we were all in the music scene, but Madison music scene is big. But I know Keenan because it was my sophomore year of college. I must have been my sophomore year, so I was 19. It was that summer. So I was 19, and I was in a fraternity, 85. I don't know if they're still around, but the house or the apartment complex that we had rented out, I love that fraternity. I was in one my freshman year and I quit, and I was like, fuck fraternities. Like, they're really like not my style, not my thing. And then I joined a different one just because one of my friends who I didn't really suspect to be in a fraternity was like, hey, join mine. And I was like, don't you think they're also kind of shitty? And he's like, well, just try this one. I guess maybe not. And it was just a bunch of stoners, so it was right up my alley. It wasn't really like there weren't any like crazy, insane characters that I like was really turned off by the first time around. But anyway, the setup is I was in a frat house, and it was summertime, so like most of the rooms are empty, and everybody is scrambling to like either sublet their room or maybe they don't care, so the house is just empty. But the people who do care are like, I don't know, renting it out to friends, or like people are hitting it up, or they're telling their friends that they have a spot open just in case. And Keenan was my friend. One of the dudes in my fraternity, John Noonan. There he is. John Noonan knew Keenan. Because they were both, I think they must have went to high school together, but John Noonan was in my high school or in my fraternity. And I rented out a vacant room. So I hit up one of the fraternity brothers who was gone for the summer, and I was like, hey, like, I want to rent your room out for $200 a month so I can like make a little like studio out of it. This is like when I'm going to try and bring this together. When I rented out a room for the very first time to like try and learn Ableton and put together a studio, it was in my empty frat house, and Keenan was my roommate.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So it was like he was already into producing. I had like guys there freestyling all the time, and it was like, oh shit, like I can just and then I had like turned this one room into a studio. So we had like 2 studios in one apartment, and Keenan was kind of my mentor for like my very first summer producing.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
And it was just
I did not know that.
just blind luck. Yeah, that's how it worked out. So I became like closer with Keenan than I did like I guess most of the guys in the fraternity like afterwards.
Dude, so gas. I did not know that like y'all are that close.
Yeah, all summer, bro. I would like we'd smoke pack and just have a jolly old time, dude. There was nothing to do but like rap clean sometimes, and then like just make beats, bro. Smoke kush. Like we were just living it up, bro. We were 19 years old, like summer in Madison. I one of the best times of my life.
Dude, that is so sick.
Yeah, so
like the best points and
we go further back than you might expect. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I did not. Yeah, no, seriously, more further back than I actually had any. Previous knowledge, honestly, bro. Man, that's so cool. Yeah, shout out to him, man. He's gonna be the first homie to come visit, man, and I'm unbelievably excited.
Well, leave a spot open for me sometime, bro. You know, I told you I ain't got nothing against Florida. Yeah.
The doors are open whenever you're ready.
All right. Oh, that means so much to me, man. Get in, homies all over, homies worldwide. That should be everyone's goal.
That sounds like a good old collective.
Homies worldwide homies. Let me write that one down.
Worldwide homies.
All right.
Worldwide
Well, we're nationwide. I had.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I had a Koto, or I've had a few people. One from New Zealand and one from, I think, Bulgaria. They were on the pod. So the podcast is worldwide. That's pretty cool.
Let's go. Hell yeah, bro.
But yeah, is there anything? I mean, we've been at it for an hour 45. You know, we've had a good conversation here. I got to learn a lot about your scuba diving and these rock crabs. Is there anything you want to, like, I don't know, talk about musically, not musically, just in life? You know, this is I can't produce, but it's also there's I feel like plenty to learn, not just talking about music. So we can talk we can talk about whatever, or we can, you know, maybe wrap things up here.
You know, I was kind of, I think a good closing thing to talk about somewhat is just like movement and change is so important if you're going to continue to be like creatively new and fresh. Like, and what I mean is like, if you're at a point in your life where you just feel like you're on a repeat cycle and everything is so damn repetitive, that's the perfect goddamn time to just get up and go do something. And, you know, 2 months ago I made that happen. I can't remember the last time I was this happy. Like, just with, like, how things are going, with the optimism that I have, like, the opportunities that just kind of keep on popping up here and there. Like, you know, you did it too, bro, and I think you can definitely relate to it in a lot of factors. Like, change is necessary. I think it's helped me in pretty much every aspect of my life, including music, obviously, like physical health, mental health, creativity, social engagement, work ethic, fucking passion seeking, just the whole nine. Just growing up, doing dumbass adult shit, it just all really increased exponentially just for the sole fact of like changing environment. And that's just something I would like to close out saying. Like, it's just fucking important, man, to switch up your environment if you feel like you need to, because everything is going to flourish when you do what you want to do.
I think that's well said, and I think adding to it would take away really from those wise words, because we both did it at the same time, and I feel similar. Yeah. I think I can remember the last time I was this happy, and it was right when I moved to Madison for the first time. That was like, so
yes.
That's like something I've thought about. And it was just,
oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, just feeling fresh, feeling new, and like, you know, Madison and I had our time, and we had our journey together, and I just, I'm feeling that glow as well. And
you know, it's not like it's not like a comparison of happiness, but like, it's such a rejuvenational happiness. Like, I just feel like I can take a deep breath and really just be able to focus on what I need to focus on. And it makes me happy to do so. I miss you. I miss all the homies. I miss my family. I miss, like, the scene, the DJing, all that shit. But I'm at a very strong rebirth point right now.
Well, I am, as your homie, very proud of you. Very proud of, I remember, I mean, just the fact, I mean, we've seen our beats progress and how far we've come, really.
Totally.
So, I mean, you being in Florida, I have the utmost confidence that you're just going to take over that town the way you took over Madison. So, and change is, I mean, music is change. So at least for the context of this podcast, you got to get comfortable with it.
Yeah, exactly. Get comfortable with change. Like, grow, comfortable. What's the word I was thinking of?
There's like comfort zone.
You're too comfortable. You're almost like
So being too comfortable can be a vulnerability.
right. It can be a vulnerability. I just think sometimes we get too relaxed, and then when we get too relaxed, we get a little lazy, and then we start to fall into that.
I think in a very small, I saw like a clickbaity title, and it was like your comfort zone will kill you, and I was like, oh yeah, sort of, yeah.
Something like that. You got to challenge yourself. You just got to get out there and try new things, even if you're fucking terrified to do so. And it's, if you have optimism and have a high head about it, you will find very positive outcomes from just that.
So he cut out, but I heard him. He said, you will find very positive outcomes. Keep your head up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But Sir Slank, let's just mute yourself, or you can hop off the call. I want to talk to you real quick right after I end, just about something. And then, but for everybody else, I think we're going to be ending out the show, or wrapping up and finishing down. I don't know. I'm just, we're ending. But we're going to play out. And on the note that we're ending, I just wanted to say thank you, Slank, for being here and for, allowing me to pick your brain for an hour and 52 minutes. It means a lot. It means a lot to the people listening. So thank you. And to the people listening, please like and subscribe. I know I actually hate saying that. I almost choked on my words coming out, but like, it really helps the algorithm. And if this channel is going to grow, please do that. Lastly, Slank is a part of the Discord community that I have set up for everybody. So if you are into music production, or if you like the conversation you just heard, or if you like Slank and you think he's cool and you want to get in contact with him, you can find him in my Discord server, and all the links, or Slank's links, are also in the description. But we'd be happy to have you as a part of our community. There's a lot of resources there, and there's a lot of sample packs. If you ask around, you might just find one. But anyways, homies, I'm playing Slank out. I don't know. Are you muted, Slank? He is muted.
Yes, I was.
All right, that's all good. Well, anyways, Slank, just tell the homies goodbye, and I'm gonna play you out with what is this? Willie Band's All the Above.
This is the Willie Band's All the Above. One of my favorite beats I've made for the band.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Thanks for everybody for tuning in, listening to me talk my talk. I appreciate everyone for accompanying me on the journey that I'm endeavoring in on. I love all y'all, and yeah, thanks for listening to a young man,
a young slanky man. But this is All the Above, Willie Bands, produced by our homie Slank. Thank you all for watching. I can't produce a podcast.
You want smoke? Link up.
I've been struggling all my life just to go and get that bag. She a drag, she a whole goofy. Get up off my ass, take him down for his bag. Nigga, you ain't first, you last. I like bitches that like bitches that like bitches that get cash. Caught him throwing shit in the club, for them hopped up on his ass. No, I'm not looking for love because my love is in my bag. Fucking thoughts, smoking sushi rolls, investing in my guys. Ain't no ops. If they say we beefing, ask them why he lying. Pretty thoughts, yeah, they steady cheesing, saying that I'm fine. In the drop with like 2-3 poles, knowing that I'm flying. She ain't sucking, she ain't fucking, and she spine. Sold to Jay some drywall, now he blowing down my line. Took the 30 off my glizzy, put a 50 with a spine. I ain't worried about reloading, cause that shit just gonna take time. Mama groovy locomotive, why she keep hitting my line? I be wavy like like the ocean, I be coasting like a ride. You can catch me on the north crack of my main bitch on her side. Pussy boy, you can't get slapped in cause you not one of the guys. Doing breaks and dodges, Jason switching states in different rides. Say she love me, no she don't, that little bitch fake, she always lying. I've been struggling all my life just to go and get that bag. She a strag, she a whole goofy, get up off my ass. Take him down for his bag, nigga you ain't first, you last. I like bitches that like bitches that like bitches that get cash. Caught him throwing shit in the club, for them hopped up on his ass. No, I'm not looking for love because my love is in my bag. Fucking thoughts, smoking sushi rolls, investing in my guys, ain't no ops. If they say we beefing, ask him why he lying.
You want smoke? Link up.
Nigga snitching, how you do the crime but can't even do the time? You a pussy, how you dropping dimes, must've lost his mind. Go and poke him, knock him off his feet, bring me that bitch teeth. I pay cash, I ain't even tripping, it ain't nothing to me. I was broke, I ain't had no money, money ain't had me. Now these thoughts gon' eat me up because I bought them something to eat. Tweedledum and Tweedledee, they gon' sell they soul for me. They want me in they ovaries, in high school they ain't notice me.
Fuck you, thought this was.
Fuck you thought it was, took a fat ass dab out the email and went straight to the club. Say she wanna pay me in exchange, I gotta show her love. She gon' bring me dubs, and all the above. Fuck you thought it was, took a fat ass dab out the email and went straight to the club. Say she wanna pay me in exchange, I gotta show her love. She gon' bring me dubs, and all the above. Hey, you gon' play that shit back. I don't know what the fuck y'all thought this was. Hey, and we in the studio with a nickel. Look.